and doing cocaine, shooting up cocaine with us, doing meth. We didn't have any clothes to go to school or anything. They would take all the money, like they'd have like a fridge with their own food, and we ate this and they ate that. And it was just such a toxic craziness. By the time I was 14, I was on the streets. So
Welcome to Recovery Inspired Hope, where your testimonies give others courage to speak out about addiction and stomp out stigma. Don't forget to follow and subscribe on everything social, #jamietall. Welcome to Recovery Inspired Hope. I'm so excited. I have my friend here, Justin McFadden, who is the creator and founder of the Hope Shot, and he's here to share his experience, strength, and you know it, hope on our show today. Justin, say hey to everybody.
hey everyone, thank you for having me on, Jamie.
So, Justin, what I want to know a little bit about first is basically like your upbringing, your childhood. Did you have any kind of like crazy, like traumatic things happen? Because I find that trauma is truly the gateway to substance use disorder.
Definitely. I mean, I always say I have daddy issues, you know what I mean? So, because when I was younger, man, my dad, he was an alcoholic, you know, and he would beat us, he would make fun of me, he would scare me. Eating whatever it took, partying, getting in the ecstasy and the rave scene, at a young age. I was 14 trying to hang out with college people. And, I was just, I think my highest grade I completed was ninth. And I was like, I can't,
Wow.
yeah.
Yeah, I remember going through the rave scene. I was like the girl with the Jenko jeans, and
Yeah.
I was
but I was drinking every single night. I got stabbed 9 times while doing it. Like, it was insane. I think I had the most unmanageability while drinking than when I was on pills and smoking dope, man, because you don't really want to be around people while you're doing that stuff. Alcohol, man, you're a social butterfly and you're everywhere and you think you're 10 foot tall and bulletproof and like it's insane, you know?
Is that how you got stabbed?
Yeah, I thought I was 10 foot tall and bulletproof, and I hadn't shot up dope in like 6 months, so I thought I can go save people and went to a dope house, and got into a fight, and that was it, man. And I got stabbed.
Oh
So
man, that is awful. So it was after that that you decided you wanted to do something different. Were you still in the relationship?
yeah, so I got my wife now. Okay. I met her right at drug court, like almost at the end. So she didn't know me for anything back. She didn't know me as homeless or junkie or anything like that. She just knew me as funny dude, right? And life of the party. So, I was drinking, and then I was good with drinking until like the floor fell out from under me. I was at a party. It was a Halloween party. We were in the back. I was just cutting it up, cutting a rug. I was messing around with my boys. And I don't know, man, I rolled my ankle in a hole and I broke my leg and I tore major ligaments and tendons in my leg. And so they gave me some painkillers and it was off to the races after that. I was running a business. I had to get back to work because I couldn't count on anybody. So I was back to the races, Superman again. And I couldn't stop after that. Like, I just couldn't go back. It was like, it just switched. Even when I got stabbed, I didn't go back on painkillers. You know what I mean? And when I broke my leg, I got on them and I was just like, it was off the races. And it was like that for 4 years after that, or 3 or 4 years. And then
Wow. And you just maintained the business and the pill habit. And were you shooting up at the time or were you just taking
nope.
them?
Yep, just taking them, just snorting them. I never went back to the homeless stuff. I never went back to get the things that make you homeless.
Mhm.
I maintained because I knew once that happened, it was all gone. Like, I had 2 kids. We weren't married at the time, but it was such a volatile relationship, and it was like I was repeating history because I've had one before. And she gave me chance after chance. She wasn't like that. She was totally different than anything else. She grew up different from me. She gave me chance. She's like, chance after chance after chance after chance. And but she was drinking with me, so that was about the only thing she did. And then in 2018, man, I just had enough. The end of 2017, somebody called the state of Florida on me because I'm a contractor. Like, I own a drywall business. They called the state on me to get me shut down. And I'm like, what the hell am I going to do with my life? I'm like, this is the only thing I know. I run a business, and like, what else am I going to do? I can't go work for somebody. And so I went and took the test to become a contractor. And this dude, the whole time, he's like, you'll never become a contractor. You're a felon. They don't give people like you a license. Like, and all the things that I've already thought about myself was already in my head. And he was like, I almost believed him. I was like, you know what? I almost just said no, but I was like, what else do I got to lose? You know what I mean? So I got the books, studied, and I passed the first time.
Wow.
But okay, this is beginning of 2018. Okay, so in January I passed it, right, and I sent everything in, did fingerprints, da da da. And I'm like, the whole time waiting,
Suboxone,
Yep.
got off Suboxone, and then worked a 12-step program. I'm a 12-step baby too, so I love that.
Mhm. Like people figuring me out, like that's I was already my identified as that dude in the mugshot. It brought me right back to him with all that baggage, that I've carried. I wanted to shut the door on it and move forward, but then that door opened back up and everything came flying out like a bad closet, and man, and it was just I was going through a lot, I was going through business, trying to grow business. There's so much happening. And I was like, how am I going to stop this person? And so what I did was I already had a YouTube channel for my drywall page. I get paid for it. I do videos just like you do. And I started a YouTube channel for the Hope Shot. And it was too much. So my hat's off to you. But but I was like, let's just do lives, let's just go live. And I absolutely love lives. I do. I love it. I think it's more authentic. When a camera turns on sometimes, I shut down like a deer in the headlights. But when I'm doing live events, I'm the most comfortable I've ever been in my life. And and it just took off from there. We just kept going on. No matter if there was only one person watching, I didn't really care. I just wanted to share my story. If you're going to plaster my mugshot on the internet everywhere for everybody to see, at least let me tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth. You know what I mean?
Exactly, exactly. And it's so hard with the shame and the stigma. I think I was about 3 years sober when I got certified as with the Georgia Council on Substance Abuse for a peer specialist for addictive disease. And it was, the my whole first 3 years sober, I was very anonymous, very quiet. I didn't want anyone to know. I wanted to shove it under the rug. I just wanted to move on with my life. And, I had really had some major accomplishments in the first 3 years, like going from homeless to having my own place, starting my own business, becoming certified with Georgia Council on Substance Abuse. What? Junkie Jamie? What?
Me?
Like,
Yeah.
and I was like, what are you so ashamed of? Why are you so embarrassed? People would die before they could make it through the things that you made it through. You need to be proud and share your story and encourage people. And this shame and stigma around addiction needs to go away. And
Mhm.
that was when I started sharing my story out loud. And I say when I lost my, my chains of, being anonymous and anonymity, that is when my everything with the guilt and shame just like went away, and I became proud and empowered and
Mm.
able to empower other people on how to share their story and be proud of the things that they've been through.
That's one thing, man. It's so freeing. It literally I tell people all the time the power of storytelling, like doing this stuff right here. That's why when somebody asks me, I show up, man. Yeah, my life's busy, but you know what? I show up because we need to. You never know who's going to hear it. But on the flip side, it helps me every single time. There's more will be revealed every time that you share. And it's like this aha moment, man. We're like, yeah, man, I know who the fuck I am today. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And it's a such you want to talk about chains being broken. I I always say what they did by plastering my mugshot was the best thing they could have done for me, and I'm grateful. I'm grateful, and that's crazy to say because you want to be spiteful. Like these, do they not know? Like, but it's like,
Mhm.
man, like they freed me from myself, and it's insane. You know?
Right. And what they meant for was meant for evil, like God used that for your good. And
Yeah,
now.
it's even crazier is, last year was one of the hardest years of our lives. Me and my wife is she got diagnosed with cancer last year, all
Mm.
while growing this and a nonprofit and everything. And I had to shut down my business pretty much, bring it back down. And and then this is crazy to say too. That was one of those things as an eye opener for me for life. You know what I mean? Like to cherish it, to, don't take it for granted because she's cancer free now, but she had to go through chemo, all kinds of crap. And all these people are attacking and just, it was literally the most insane crap,
Mhm.
but they're not talking anymore. They're not, and everything that happens, it happens for a reason. They always say, if everything and everyone has been strategically placed in my life exactly at the right time to get exactly where I'm supposed to be today. And if it didn't happen any other way, it'd be like going back and like, like the Back to the Future when like you change one thing and the picture starts disappearing. It's
Mhm.
exactly how it is, So it's cool, man. Life is good today.
So I'm glad that you brought that up because there is a lot of challenging things because like we were talking about earlier, the beginning of recovery, everything is wonderful, right? The beginning of recovery is like very easy, everything is great. And then once you get further along in life, right? Like challenges come up. And I know for me, like I've had the most challenging things in recovery happen later in my recovery. So, how do you keep your recovery strong while the life challenges are going on after you've, gone a couple years?
You revert back to the basics. You become dumb and become a newcomer. And sometimes, dude, like I stop. You think you graduate from recovery. You got this. I'm recovered, and like It's just your life is too busy, right? Well, I had to like, go through some things and then go back into to where I found it, and get newcomers, these newcomers, man, that give me back my hope. I always just try to just keep a mindset of somewhat of a newcomer. Sometimes I don't, but I try, and that's the best thing I can do. Uh, I go to meetings still, no matter what, no matter what, I go to at least one meeting a week, sometimes two, sometimes more. Who knows? It just depends. I know when I need people. I've created a strong support group. Almost all my friends I hang out with are in recovery, period. And I can call them any time of day, no matter what, and they'll always pick up the phone or they'll always be there. And I could tell them as long as I telling myself, hey, I'm not okay right now. I'm not okay. And that's okay.
Absolutely. And okay, I just have to know one thing. When all of your business friends saw who knew you, who knew the new Justin, right? Um, when they saw your mug shots, what did they say to you?
So they didn't say anything. They was like, man, I've changed in my little circle of people. Not just me, but one of my best friends, James, he's in recovery too, and we grew up together since 14 years old. So I've known him 36 years. Yeah. And just in our little group of people, man, we've changed the stigma. You know what I mean? And they do not view addicts the same anymore. They have forgiven their loved ones for the most
Mm.
part. Like not all, for the most part, they understand a little bit better. They understand that addicts do change. And if we could do that on a bigger scale, man, that's what I just want to do, man. That's why I keep doing what I do, and that's why I keep inspiring. That's why I keep showing up at speaking engagements. I speak at all kinds of things now. It's insane. It's not just recovery. It's through business owners you know and it's amazing. And but yeah, I've changed that little perspective in that little group. And it I just wanted to keep going and do it on a bigger scale. Just keep going.
Right. That is awesome. Just like the fact that like that group of people, like you literally restored families by just being honest about what you had been through. I mean, that is so powerful and so incredible. Um, do you have any advice that you would like to give to anybody who might be struggling or might be on the fence about wanting to do something different with their life?
Man, don't give up. You know how many times it took me to get this shit right? It took me a long time. um dumb down Dumb it down. You have to get dumb and to go get this recovery crap, because I'm a know-it-all. I have an ego. Even though I didn't think I had an ego, I had a false sense of pride is what it is. And because I'm insecure, like crazy. That's why my name on the hope shot, it says just insecure. Just insecure. So everybody doesn't catch it, but it's like just
That's
insecure.
funny. I like that. Wow.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm just saying you sometimes you just gotta dumb it down to get this shit right. Because we do not know it all, and other people do actually have your best intentions at heart. So
Awesome. Thank you so much, Justin. And where can they find the Hope Shot to follow and subscribe?
the Hope Shot I have on YouTube. I will give you the links if you want, but also Facebook. Facebook is we do both. We go live on Facebook and YouTube. We stream to multiple platforms at once. But yeah, I appreciate you having me on here tonight, and it's been fun.
Yes, yes. I think we should make like a soundtrack from this interview. You sang so many songs.
Dude, listen, I'm just that dude, you know what I mean? Like the Aladdin deal with a whole new world. you know.
Yes, yes. It's awesome because it just shows people like this is what recovery looks like right
Hmm.
here. Yes, absolutely. Well,
Definitely.
thank you so much, Justin. And make
You're
sure you
welcome.
guys, I'm gonna put the links up and everything so you can find how to follow and subscribe to the Hope Shot. And we will see you next time on Recovery Inspired Hope.